Accenture has started hiring 2022 passouts. Yes, they have started hiring for 2022 passouts with a package of 4.5 lakhs per annum and 6.5 lakhs per annum. I'm here to help you out with the process which will be there in the Accenture. So let us see in detail how the process will be there for the Accenture. Hi, hello. This is Shruthilaya from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering Training and Placement Officer. So when you wanted to apply for any job, the first point you need to see is the eligibility criteria. So let us see the eligibility criteria of the Accenture. The first point which they are mentioning under the eligibility criteria is they are looking for the smart young professionals with high learning ability, excellent communication skills and strong programming skills. Here the point which you need to note is Accenture is not looking for any percentage criteria. And the next point which is under the eligibility criteria is student who is applying for the Accenture should do full-time degree. So it should be regular degree. And the backgrounds which they are considering is BE, BTech, MTech, ME, MCA, MSc with the branches of CSC and IT. But then when you're applying under the graduation, that is BE, BTech, ME, MTech, all the branches are eligible. Even aeromechanical civil students are also eligible to apply for the Accenture. And as I already told you before that Accenture is not looking for any percentage criteria, but they are very particular about the backlogs. So while registering for the Accenture, you need to have 0 backlogs. It means that you have to maintain no active backlogs while applying for the Accenture. But one point which students should note is students who has already attended backlogs and waiting for the results are eligible to apply for the Accenture. It means that when you're applying for the Accenture, you're not having any backlogs, but then if you're waiting for the results, yes, you're good to apply for the Accenture. This is the point which you need to make a note. And the next one is here maximum 1 year gap is allowed. Like after completion of your full course, after your 10th and intermediate, there can be 1 year of gap. You're eligible. And if you're having a 1 year of gap after intermediate before your graduation, yes, you're eligible. But if you're having a gap in between first year intermediate and second year intermediate, you're not allowed to apply. So it is called as drop. It is not called as a gap. And next, the students who are applying for the Accenture should work in India either by the citizen or have relevant permit documents. So it means simple point is students should be an Indian when you are applying for the Accenture. Please note that Bhutan and Nepal students can apply without a work permit visa for the Accenture, and all other foreign national students need to have a work permit visa to apply for the Accenture. And the most important point you need to know is you need to have a PAN card while applying for the Accenture. So PAN card is an only identity proof which Accenture will consider. Student getting the acknowledgement of the PAN card application will not be allowed. You need to have a proper PAN card with your photo as an identity proof. E-PANs are also allowed as your identity proof. From your house, you need to have all these facilities. Since Accenture is going with the virtual interviews or virtual process, you need to maintain all these logistics ready and proper to apply for the Accenture. And now, what Accenture is offering? I have told you that Accenture is offering you 2 packages. One is 4.5 lakhs and the second one is 6.5 lakhs. So what are the roles which are coming under those 2 packages? So first role is Associate Software Engineer and the second role is Advanced Associate Software Engineer. For the Associate Software Engineering, they are providing you with a package of 4.5 lakhs per annum, and for the Advanced Associate Software Engineering, they are giving you a package of about 6.5 lakhs per annum. So let's see the selection process of the Accenture. The round 1 will be your pre-placement talk. For the pre-placement talk, you need to contact your placement and training officer, since Accenture will get in connected with your placement officer, and the placement officer will be provided with a link on the particular date, and that link will be sent to all the students who are eligible to apply for the Accenture, and you can directly join in the session which is given by the Accenture on the day which is provided by your placement and training officer. That will be your pre-placement talk. And the second round will be your online assessment. And the third round will be your communication assessment. fourth will be technical, and the last round will be your personal interview. Let us see in detail about the online assessment. In the online assessment, it will be divided into 6 equal parts. Under the 6 parts, you have English, quantitative, reasoning, MS Office, networking, and the pseudocode. So this completely will be for the 90 minutes. You have completely 90 questions, and each section is divided with the types of questions. So for the English, you have 17 questions. For the quantitative, you have 17. For the reasoning, 15. MS Office, 11. Networking, 9 questions. Pseudocode, 17 questions. Altogether, you have 90 questions and the 90 minutes. Keep in mind that this is an elimination round. So if you have cleared this round, that is cognitive and technical round, you will be good to go with your coding round, which will be for 45 minutes. You have completely 2 questions, and these 2 questions will be from the data structures and the algorithms. You have to prepare well on the data structures and the algorithms so that you can clear your coding round. That will be under the online assessment under the section 2. So if you are done with the coding round, you are good to go with the communication assessment. You will receive an email from the Accenture stating that you have cleared your coding round and you have to attend your communication round. So coming to the communication round, it is again divided into 6 parts, that is reading, repeating sentences, jumbled sentences, question and answer, story retelling, and the open questions. So let us understand what are the types of questions which will be given under the reading. So in the reading, you will be given completely 8 sentences that are going to display on the screen in the form of the text. So you have to read it loudly. Whatever the sentences which are displayed on the screen, you have to read it loudly. That is about the reading. Coming to the second section, that is your repeating sentences. In the repeating sentences, you will be having completely 16 audio sentences. So you have to clearly listen to that audio. Probably it can be a sentence, and then you have to repeat it loudly, which will test your pronunciation ability. Coming to the third round, that is your jumbled sentences. In this section, there will be completely 10 jumbled sentences audio which will be given on the screen. So this section tests more of your intellectual skills than your verbal. So you will be given a jumble sentences which you will have to unscramble and read loudly, thus dividing into your sentences with your skills. So for example, the audio might be on the table, comma, the books are. So you have to read it correctly like the books are on the table. And the next section, that is question and answer. There will be completely 24 questions which will be so easy, and it will be asked orally, and then there will be no text on the screen. You have to listen to that questions correctly. For example, you keep the books on the table or in the fridge. You have to answer it in the form like on the table. You have to simply answer to that question. So there will not be anything on the display. Audio will be played. In the audio, one question will be asked. To that question, you need to clearly answer what is the correct answer for it. And the next section will be your story retelling. Here, if you wanted to test your memory skills, this is all for you. Here, you will be made to listen to an audio, probably a short story. The click is that you will have to grab the story and repeat it in your words when asked like a short snippet within 30 seconds. This steps will aim to test your fluency and vocabulary. Coming to the next section, that is your open questions. It is more like a HR section. Here the HR questions will be asked to you, and you will have 40 seconds of time to answer. So this is all about the communication assessment. This is how the questions are asked in the communication. Next, coming to the technical interview. In the technical interview, you will be asked questions more on your technical, and also self-introduction will be a mandatory question under the technical interview. And the questions related to your projects, internships, and some questions will be given in the coding. And technical interview can be up to 30 minutes. Once you are done with your technical interview, you will be sent for the personal interview. In the personal interview, you can see all the sections which will be covered under the personal interview. You will be asked questions on your personal details. For example, where do you stay? How long will you stay with the company? what is your family background, what is your father is doing, what about your college, what do you know about the company, and even they'll explain about terms and conditions of the company and also the salary particulars of the company. So these are the simple questions which will be asked in the personal interview, or otherwise it is called as the HR interview as well. So if you are done with this HR round, it means that your complete process of the Accenture is done. So based on your performance in all the rounds, you will be given the role. So it can be an associate software engineer role or otherwise advanced associate software engineer role. So this is all about the Accenture process. All the best and thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.